it should start streaming our voices to the website. And now you can monitor it from your website.
No picture on here at all though?
So say something?
How's it going, guys? Can you see what's happening?
Is it already streaming live?
Yeah.
Go talk and I'll set it up.
The
The mic's hot.
Sorry, guys. We're having some technical difficulties.
Technical. Check. Come on, let's go get that shit cooking, yo.
Oh, I see what the problem is. My apologies. We're on mic 4.
Oh, wow. Don't know what you're doing over there, huh? Thought you were supposed to be the pro. Told me mic 3. Keep
talking.
What do you want to talk about, Daddy?
Introduce yourself. Earth.
My name's Earth. Short Earth or EA. Next.
Keep talking.
Spunky cat.
We got Spunks.
Spunks, hey,
We got Switchy over there.
Switchy twitchy.
He's trying to set up the audio here.
Got it. It's live.
Chris Watt deleted frickin' Dr. Phil episode? Dr. Phil is going on a spaz deleting videos now, dude. I'm getting pissed.
Wow.
There was one that we watched. It was about gender pronouns. That one got deleted right away. You can't find the episode anywhere. It was insane. If I showed you this, it looked like you were going on a celebrity thing.
Oh my gosh.
It was like they had to, I think they were on there to get some fan. Because I'll show you. This is, right. I'm gay and all that, but I don't believe in the pronouns. I think you're bi, you're gay, you're lesbian, transgender, whatever. I don't believe in the freaking
all the other types of genders.
I
pansexual.
don't identify as a male or female thing. I
Gotcha.
don't.
Yeah. It's like, what do you identify as then?
My Hello Kitty blanket.
Right. Identify as an apple.
Peel me. Alright.
Yeah. Alright, we're good over here. For now. If I don't monitor it and the volumes change,
The one in the middle.
change.
I never got to be a child. It says,
Oh, I don't know about that, but I'm just saying this is identify he or they, doesn't identify as this, they or them. No male, no female.
Wow. So what does he say? He identifies
They or
as?
them.
Okay.
No
Wow.
he or no she.
None.
None.
And then
He's somebody that argued his point about why he didn't like pronouns and stuff, and he wrote a book about a walrus or something or a kid wanting to be a walrus, and the mother.
when did this come out?
This came out like within a month or two ago?
About a month ago. Yeah, so 2 non-binary individuals. One was born biologically a man, one was born biologically a female, and through their life journey they transitioned to the opposites, and they found each other, and they're married, and they're promoting their business or whatever. You know what I mean? So, or at least that's what it seems like, but at the same time they might be just normal people that we don't know about. But the woman, the now woman has a beard, and then the now man is kind of still flamboyant a little bit, but represents externally as a man. So they are not.
Them?
No, represents themselves externally in the scientific community as a man, but doesn't identify as a man nor female because they're flamboyant in nature, but they look like a dude.
So what is your take on it?
My take is what the guy says. You can't force people to expect and know how you want to feel internally and represent upon this world.
So like, don't
and
get
your
mad about
feelings have nothing to do with society as a whole and as a functionality in the machine. You get what I'm saying? So in order to process through life, I shouldn't be consequenced nor afflicted by your decisions on how you feel when I approach you as a man or a female. Whatever.
And you're just judging based off of what you can see physically, right? It's not like you would be trying to humiliate somebody
No.
by calling, but you know what I mean? Like,
The issues that come to that is because
The
now this
children.
is in the school systems, so you have children that are very young that
Are learning about sex.
and
First off,
genders.
Yes.
sex and gender, sexual
When
orientation
did this
and gender.
pass?
It's been a part of it for a little while,
Did not
but it's
know.
not everywhere. It's not everywhere. But there are increasing cultural kids that are raised on the internet that are predisposed to this ideology at an early age, and they choose to transition. And the school systems that have them have to adopt the policies in order to protect them.
Right.
And then, in order to adopt the policy, education is required, and all the kids
Right.
need to be educated about the
And now they
situation.
have to be
Why
taught
did
to-
Tommy come in as Angela today?
yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But they're asking these children,
How do you identify?
do you want to be a boy, girl, or they, them?
That's fun. That's where the line is, because
Yeah.
giving children options, obviously
Mind
they're
you,
gonna
they're
pick one.
children.
Exactly.
They're not even.
Their brains aren't developed yet.
No, and the parents' job is to teach them, you know, like what ways to be. But once they reach a certain age, they can make their own decisions, right? But children, I mean,
See, personally, for me, my daughter was afflicted. You get what I'm saying? Switch. I'm Switch, by the way. I didn't introduce myself. Switch's daughter was affected, so my daughter was affected by it. She came home with the question whether she wanted to be a boy or whatever, right? Now, for me, I basically asked her why, understood her reasoning. Then I try to reinforce the fact that women are beautiful and women are powerful. You get what I'm saying? It's not that women have to do this and boys have to do that. It's that you are biologically born to be the gift of this earth. Your position on this earth is beautiful.
is already yours to reign,
It's beautiful.
right? Like
yeah.
you already own it.
Yeah.
You know,
don't
coming
have
into
to.
this world.
You don't have to try to blend in to other people, but then
But some people are just not happy within themselves, I think, right? Some
Yeah, but-
people already have a predisposition, like feeling not right.
yeah, like lesbian child, I can't speak upon that because I grew up heterosexual, so I never knew, other than potential masturbation, I never knew that I was doing anything sexually wrong or anything like that. You know what I mean?
I knew from a young age that I was interested in girls before anything, but it was never something I spoke about when I was a young child or
Right.
anything, you know what I mean?
Did you
I
feel
was
wrong when you grew?
No, I
No.
used to, back in the day when Channel 62 was the Playboy channel, waiting for your parents to go to bed, and you're like trying to look through the black and white thing, like, I saw a titty!
I used to do that.
And
all
I'm
the
like
time.
freaking 5-6 years old, you know what I mean? So it's like, but I was allowed to figure that out on my own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I came to the point where the older I got, I knew that I was interested in women as I went through 3rd grade and 7th grade and all that. And then my choice to come out in high school that I was gay, but it was for me. It wasn't for someone to throw all this extra stuff on me, because imagine that being that young, already having those feelings, but not knowing, separating male and girl and everything. Imagine having all this bombarded at you.
Right.
And it's like, how is that going
Like,
to
you already-
affect my brain as it is?
Right. They're already confused with life as is. I mean, why make it worse?
And then, don't forget, our generation, you didn't have gay marriage was not legalized.
It became legalized.
Yeah, later on,
Yeah.
during like when I was in middle school or high school,
Correct.
it was a huge thing.
Yeah. So I think that if you were talking about the episode, the Dr. Phil episode,
Yes.
if we're talking about the Dr. Phil episode, I think the more controversial topic is, like, for instance, if we take the trans out of it and we use the gay rights when we grew up, if somebody went up to you and been like, why don't you try dick, is that offenseful, and should that be banned and that guy go to jail?
Offenseful. But the problem with that is you have people that are trying to make you change.
Your behavior.
No, not the behavior.
And
I don't care if these people, you can be a male, a woman, transgender, whatever, but if you're trying to change everything that people have learned that's in the freaking dictionary, terms and everything, to make them suitable for other things you're redefining everything. Why?
Yeah.
Also, I feel like when kids are learning about animals, does that change? Like, are they gonna be like, oh, is there a them or a
Yeah.
they for them?
What about that?
What about animals? Like, right? Like,
Yeah.
when they're learning, it's interesting.
When they're that young.
What do you mean?
How do you refer to other creatures or other mammals,
You talking about
other
like-
gendered
When children are being raised
creatures.
growing up and
what
they
other
ask,
gendered creatures are you talking about?
Dogs, cats.
are they a them? Are they a
hippos.
he? Are they a
Right.
she?
What are
No,
they now?
they're animals, and they have sex because sex
Well-
is only there to reproduce.
Well, no. They're
It's
born
to have
with
kids.
Yeah, they're born with their
With-
thing, but children that are learning and being taught
now
this
they're
in
gonna be like,
school-
oh, they or them now, instead of saying like my male dog or my female cat or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
They can be like, oh, they're they or they're them now, or like I don't know. That's confusing. Like, does that change
But the animal,
science now? Like,
the
how does
animal
this-
and the interaction with the animal has to be done in the household. So if the child has a parent, the parent would approach that situation the way they want to approach that
So I
situation.
guess it's really the parents'
It's up
job.
to the parents ultimately. The problem is that the schools shouldn't have responsibility in introducing these subjects to force parents to talk about it in the first place, because these are not normal conversations until a child's in 5th grade. And 5th grade, be all means, give them the penis, the boobies, the transgender, the STDs, all that education by the 5th grade before they hit middle school. That's fine. 6th grade in middle school. That's fine. I agree with that. The later the better.
But this is the other problem too. You have teachers and stuff that are losing their jobs because they're being confused on what this whole thing is.
All the
Kid
switch.
comes in, looks like a boy, because you're so used to that, and then you say,
You look at their name.
and then it's like you say, if you make the statement of calling him a boy,
Yeah.
Now you're
you're,
wrong.
lo-
Now
you're
you're in the
losing your
wrong.
job because
I
I'm not a
believe-
they. My name, I'm Tiffany, and you know what I mean. Like,
I would believe
So
that
confusing.
that's up to the state on that level, and I don't know if there would be federal intervention that would be necessary in order to protect the people that make mistakes like that. But I don't really believe in federal oppression in the first place. You know what I mean? In the state level, if you're in Kentucky, I'm pretty sure you're not getting fired. If you in Massachusetts, you might not get fired. But if you in like fucking California, your ass is getting fired.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a state thing. And I don't think it's a national
Is it
issue.
just state, or is it going to go by?
I don't know. If it becomes a national thing, that's gonna suck.
By each city,
If
because
it
you have a
becomes
school
a national-
board. You know what I mean, and that
Yes.
determines what you know what I mean.
Yeah, and if the federal government requires the schools to teach about the subject in order to receive federal grants, that's when I believe it crossed the line.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? And I don't know. I haven't looked into the educational system on that part.
It's a lot to take in.
Now,
It is a lot.
from your experience with your daughter and the questions that she has, how is she adjusting?
I don't believe the school introduced her to those questions. I
And
believe
I don't
only.
even know if she's at the age yet either.
And no, she already met 2 transition people.
Oh.
Transition or just gender pronoun change?
It's an appearance change, gender,
Oh,
name,
and
pronouns.
parents? Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
In her,
Like-
in her school, in her class.
One outside of her school, which is a friend of mine.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? And one inside a school
Gotcha.
that I don't know. I never met.
But she's mentioned.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
she talked.
And when did the first
Gotcha.
thing at school start? Do you know what age she
The
was?
transition was this year.
This year?
As far as I know, because this is when my daughter brought it up.
Right.
Okay. And how old is she?
Private information, 3rd grade.
Okay. 3rd grade. Okay.
There
So
you go. Thank
whatever
you.
the age for 3rd grade, I don't have children, so I don't remember.
Roughly around 8 or 9.
Okay, that is young.
It is young,
Yes.
but again, when she was 5 years old, is when she told me that she wanted to be a boy in the first place. And I already
Very
had the
true.
conversation. And that didn't come from the schools. That came from the internet.
Okay.
wow.
So,
Yes.
but when she said she wanted to be a boy, did she say she physically wanted to, or did she want to play with boy things?
No. It was more of the testing age of her, where she's poking the bear, trying to see what she can get away with and stuff. So she was just, I
You
had
think she
an
was just
open
kind of throwing
conversation,
something out there?
and then she already knew about something like that, so she brought it up.
Influence from the internet?
Definitely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because remember, when it came to the whole private, because I think she was like 3 or 4 when she asked me what a penis was, basically. And I didn't want to, I felt uncomfortable. So I started teaching her about the anatomy. You got an esophagus, you got lungs, you got kidneys, you got guts, you got stomach, you got ears, you got irises, you got hair, you got follicles, you got dermis, you know what I mean? So I just like derailed her to anatomy until I got to the
To the
colon,
last part, right?
and then I got to the penis and the titties.
Yeah.
So,
Which was a good redirection, I think.
but eventually I did tell her that, but I took the long way around. You get what I'm saying?
Because she's already paying so much attention, right?
and
for your answer.
and
That
I
was
waited
good.
till
That
she
was actually
knew
really
before
good.
I told her the next part. So she had to remember. I'm like, then what is this called? And she's like, esophagus.
Yep.
And what's esophagus for?
That's
for
excellent.
swallowing.
That's
You know
amazing.
what I mean? And then after she knew all that, and I'm like, like I really don't know any more about anatomy to teach her unless I start teaching myself more. I'm like, all right, time to learn about it. The penis and the vagina and the titties. So
Did
then,
you have any
Vagina.
questions after you asked?
nothing like out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Just normal stuff. And then a year later is when the idea of the boy came in, and then I just reinforced that, like, women are the most powerful things on the earth, the most beneficial thing to earth. Men are disposable. Women are cherished. If as long, you know what I mean, all this normal stuff that is a part of society, heterosexuality living. You get what I'm saying? And I left it at that.
I'm surprised I've never heard a man say that before in my life.
What?
Besides him.
Really?
Say what? Say what?
That women should be cherished and
Because if you think about it,
And men are
If
disposable.
you-
I've never seen a man degrade a man. You know what I mean?
right.
No. If you think about it logically speaking, one man can impregnate countless females, but only a female can carry one baby. Theoretically, more with scientific intervention, they could probably pop 15 guys' semens inside one woman. She had 15 kids. Probably with science, it's possible. But naturally, in the normal world, a woman's only carrying one person's.
That is wrong.
I was
There
about
have
to
been
say
cases where
I
females
know.
have twins, two different.
with two different
Yeah.
DNAs.
I
I was just about to
understand
bring
that.
that up next.
I understand that. It's possible.
It's
and
happened.
with science and education and timing and coordination, you could potentially
I don't
house
think these
multiple
women
babies.
took a
No,
science class
I don't
for this
think they were
experiment.
trying
No, it
to.
doesn't. No, I'm saying.
Impregnate themselves
This-
with two men at the same time, but
Okay. So if it's possible to pregnate a woman with multiple specimens of men at one time, it would have to be coordinated.
No.
And if a woman would take
not
a-
really, because it wasn't.
No, it's like, hey, Bobby, I'm coming over. I'm leaving my boyfriend's house now. Goes over.
what I'm saying for the future, to make women as disposable as men, women would have to actively educate themselves on how to produce multiple specimens at once.
Why though? Just to be at the same level as men?
No, to be as disposable as men. You get what I'm
very
saying?
lost.
Because a woman naturally carries one person's
One baby at
man's-
a time, normally,
one
right?
man's
Or-
baby.
Oh, one man's baby, correct.
One man's baby.
So
obviously
if
it's
a
twins
woman
and
is, if a
triplets.
guy's disposable, you don't think the female's disposable either? Because
No.
if the man's not there, how's she carrying
A
the baby?
man, I can legitimately go have sex with you, knock you up if you weren't on birth control, and then I can die and that baby will survive. She needs to survive for 9 to 10 months just for the baby to have a chance to survive, and another 3 months after that for the baby to survive. So disposable men, yes, I can jerk off in a bottle and she can hold on
I
to it
see what
and
you're
then
saying.
impregnate herself later.
I see what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? For
But
humanity's
also,
sake,
I
men
mean,
is
I
disposable.
don't like that. You're saying men are completely disposable. 'Cause
in
I
a
mean,
sexual marketplace.
but both are
Where the
essentially
baby's
needed.
gonna come from without
right,
the guy.
right.
Until
so,
science-
A different guy.
yeah, but
you're saying
it's still
men,
a
you made
male
a
is
comment.
needed.
Male.
A male is needed, but
Yes.
men are not fully disposable. Okay, my apologies.
Okay.
I
There we
retract.
go.
I
You
retract.
have all the men on here
Everyone's
listening.
equal- I know,
probably all
right?
Pissed off, like, really?
No, men, because
What does this guy think
Are
he
you a
is?
they or them?
I'm a switch, like a light switch. I identify as a piece of
On or
log,
off.
not a log, not a tree. I know a cut of a tree is a log, and therefore it's a piece of a tree. So that's what a log is. I am a piece of log.
All right.
Get it? Extra confusing.
Not really.
There's no
You
such
should
thing
have
as
just
a
said
piece
you
of
were
a
the
log.
bark on the tree.
No, a piece of a log. But anyway,
Trying to pull it funny.
yeah. So to summarize, what I was trying to say is that women, I reinforce with my daughter that women are more cherishable on planet Earth than men. You know what I'm saying? And that's just humanity. So for her to want to be a boy, she's gonna want to, in her situation,
Degrade
completely
herself.
disposable. Completely disposable in her situation. If she goes through incapability of giving birth, like that's the end of my family tree. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, that's a little conceited and self-centered, but
No, but it'll be the end of, she wouldn't be able to.
yeah, that'd just be more purification for the pure races out there. You know what I mean?
It's a tough subject.
It is a tough subject.
It is.
But I think personally, I didn't mean to insult any men people.
Any males and
No, men people, because we don't know. Identified as men and stuff like that. So men
right,
people,
right. So
you know what I mean?
for all the men out there
Yeah,
who identify as
that's
men,
the new term, men people, because we're all people.
we're all humans.
Yeah, but I don't mean to offend anybody. I'm just saying, like, men are disposable to a degree.
I think
The day they can synthesize sperm is the day they can guarantee only female are on this earth, as long as they're willing to keep the science.
Say that one more time.
Basically, the day that the science can synthesize, create sperm, they can right now genetically make sure that all babies are females. As long as they keep the science to the formula, they'll never have a boy. At the moment they forget, they'll slip up and something will happen and a boy will pop out.
Are you listening to this?
I was just double checking and making sure I named the stream because it wasn't named.
I don't know if it's streaming.
It is.
Okay.
And it's coming through the mic. I don't even know.
Repeat what you said.
Basically, what I said was this: the day that women can synthesize sperm, the day that the Earth can synthesize sperm.
The Earth?
The planet, the humanity, the
So
society.
humans.
The humans. The day that humans can synthesize sperm, they would no longer need
Like
them.
clone sperm.
And they
saying,
could just make sure that every child is a female.
There was an article I read 5 years ago that they said
Yep.
that they believe there's a way that they can create sperm
Yep.
with another female,
Yep.
so that two females could have a baby that was theirs
that was
together.
their
No,
DNA.
and they can, and then the Chinese technology that is legal in China, they're doing genetically spliced children. They already made the first genetically spliced twins.
Really?
Yeah, and the twins are like 3 or 4 years old right now.
And they are
Healthy.
no.
as far as I know.
Like who's the parents?
Nobody.
Oh.
Like
So they
were,
just made like
No, they
basically
were
the
like-
babies in a lab. Like
yeah,
they
no,
just
they were
made them
donor sperm
Yeah.
and
and donor
eggs.
eggs. Gotcha. And,
And
they
then-
just made.
Yes.
Well, I mean, haven't they done that already though? I mean, that's not
Not,
that weird. I mean, I
yeah,
thought they already do that.
Okay, so basically, the woman's egg and the men's sperm, they will create the egg and populate the egg. Then they take the sample of the egg, pulling out the DNA, make alterations on the nanoscale, then reinsert
nobody
the DNA
owns-
Yeah, but
inside the
nobody
egg.
wants
they
to
do
own
that in
it. So
California
sick.
already. You can go and choose what color eyes your kid wants to have.
That's what I'm talking about.
And
Yeah,
Yes.
the hair type and
that's
blah, blah,
China.
blah.
I don't
I
think
thought
it's.
it was
No.
in California.
I don't
you
think
have
it's
to pick
legal
two.
in the mass.
I
It
believe-
might not be
United States.
legal, but I believe there's
No, I'm pretty sure here you can do that too. Pick
So
out your
what?
kid's eye color. Yeah, all you gotta do is pick like the right baby daddy, if you will,
In
that
real
matches.
life.
No, this
literally
is
in like a
statistics.
portfolio. There's
No,
No.
this is science.
This is me having a baby
Tweaking
with
the
you,
DNA.
and we tweak the DNA to be a different type of baby.
Yes. Like you can say, you could be pregnant with your baby, and they go in and tweak. Your baby's gonna have blue
Wow.
eyes. I want it to have
while
brown,
the
straight
baby's
hair.
already in there.
No, before the baby's
Before
developed.
They're playing with
It
the
says
DNA.
no, after inception.
Yeah.
During the first 3 months, they can genetically modify the
Wow.
mutation.
So like I said, while the baby's
Yes.
in the stomach, then.
Yes. I thought you said before conception.
No, I said during pregnancy.
Yes.
Yes.
While after
Yeah.
conception, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought it was only in
So
China.
while in the
No, I believe
womb,
it isn't.
it can be altered.
Yes.
That is something else because I don't really understand that, considering that when the egg and the sperm fertilize, mate, whatever, boom, that's the DNA right there. Like that's what it's gonna be, what it's gonna look like, the child, whatever. How the hell do they alter it? That's really
There
kind of
is,
sickening and scary.
As far as I know,
I
I'm
feel like
not
that
an
hurts.
expert,
I don't know.
but I heard with the little bit of research that I did, I heard they use some form of like electrical interaction with the DNA sample in order to knock shit out, and then they can reinsert shit or some shit somehow.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like micro shocks of shocks.
See what I'm saying? I feel like in a way that's got to be somewhat painful. But who's to
Theoretically.
say it's not?
Theoretically,
Because
it's
the baby doesn't
mutated.
have a heartbeat by 3 months,
But-
so it's okay to alter it. You know what I mean?
That's
it's
a whole new
ridiculous.
subject.
It's ridiculous.
But then you think of, they already say people with blue eyes, that's a genetic mutation.
Yeah.
So if you want a child that has blue eyes, you're giving it
a genetic mutation.
And how is that going to affect that mutation? How is it going to affect other parts of the fucking baby?
See, the biggest true fear of this situation is how does one of them children interact with having kids with non-mutated people? That's the biggest concern. So give it probably another 13 years, maybe 10 years, 10 to 13 years, that's going to be a major topic in the news.
Yeah, but if their DNA is already changed, it's pretty much patented because they changed it.
I don't know if I don't think China does patents and shit.
But I'm saying once you change the
maybe
DNA,
California.
It's permanent.
Yeah.
So when they go have those other children, they're getting the DNA that these other kids were already born with because they were changed. They're not going to go to the original DNA.
Yeah, but the question is altered DNA replicatable? You know what I mean? Because it obviously works in creating the cell structure of a human being. But the question is it transferable? Because remember, when we passed on our genes, we're taking our genes with someone's genes, and then these genes are colliding together to create a new gene.
So are these genes actually going to match the parents too?
It might get just rejected from humanity, or it might dominate the human gene. So it's like guaranteed if you had sex with a genetically modified person, you are definitely having kids with blue eyes. There's no questions about it. And then they can't change it, or are they going to be able to change it again? And then that it's fucking
Is their
crazy.
DNA still going to match their parents' DNA?
Is the DNA still going to be changeable because it was changed?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Did it clarify?
Are they using that now to freaking?
Are they going to be sterile? You know what I mean?
Are they changing different DNA for things that are already corrupt?
They already did it with the lion and the tiger.
Yeah, I know that.
And they come out and they can't have kids. They just live their life and die.
Yeah.
No family to live after, nothing. Just grow old and die.
So if they can alter
And what's
that DNA,
the donkey mule? Not the donkey. The mule? No. What's the donkey horse? The mule, right?
The mule, yeah.
The mule can't have kids either.
Yeah.
I thought that the mule is
Same thing with like ligers and stuff.
No, a mule is a horse. A horse.
Yeah, they
and
can't
a donkey.
reproduce either.
A horse.
They're
and a donkey.
asexual. Like
No, they're not asexual.
ligers, yes, they are.
Oh, ligers? Oh, I thought you
They
meant mule.
cannot. They cannot reproduce.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
that's
they
a
can't
lion
reproduce.
tiger.
Yeah.
So then what? They just keep making them in labs then, so people could see it.
Only on orders. You pay for that shit.
Yeah.
If you want a liger, you go out and pay like $100,000 and you get yourself a fucking liger. You know what I mean? They're just made in the lab. You know what I mean?
The other thing too that now if they can change DNA in the womb, can they change DNA that they've collected for evidence?
I think the police department does not have enough funding to do that shit.
They might not, but
The CIA, the
Exactly.
FBI might have enough funding, but at the same time, it would have to be some black ops bullshit. You know
And
what I
it
mean?
would be.
Not from the federal government, like FBI and the CIA. CIA, yes, but
CIA.
the FBI can't do that.
Yeah.
The FBI, I'm pretty sure, has to release their documents. You know what I mean? That's the whole shit with Trump. The media was pulling all the documents that the FBI had. But the CIA can keep it private. As far as I know. And then WikiLeaks leaks it anyways. So CIA is not even
they're
that
probably
good.
blocked, censored from that now.
Maybe. They probably definitely stepped up.
Speaking of that, censorship, Dr. Phil, another episode blocked I just saw on here.
Wow.
Is it all related to transgenders?
Nope. What one was this? Hold on a minute. It was a cold case. Not a cold case. Chris Watts deleted Dr. Phil episode. Chris Watts was the guy that murdered his 2 daughters and his wife that was pregnant with his son.
That sounds gruesome.
Sounds horrible, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to watch that.
Yeah, I watched the confession thing on his.
Them deleting it was
gosh.
probably a PR thing.
They're deleting everything now. I wonder what else they deleted.
They're probably just doing a
What do you mean
cleanup.
by they're deleting
Dr.
everything?
Phil, because
Who
he
is?
did
The company.
the company.
Oprah's company.
They
Because
deleted.
Oprah owns it.
Right.
Oprah owns it.
Yeah.
I thought
Pretty
they
sure.
had a huge falling out way back in the day.
I don't know. As far as I might be wrong. The last.
Maybe she does, because she has the Oprah.
Well, you know what? I could
owns
always
Oprah.
ask Siri.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hey Siri. Who owns Dr. Phil's show?
Okay, I found this on the web for who owns Dr.
The
Phil's show.
executive producers
Check it
are
out.
Phil McGraw, which is obviously
Those are the work
Dr. Phil,
workers.
I know, but it's just saying is produced, is the host. It's not saying anything.
So
about
who owns the
I
Dr.
thought
Phil
him
show?
and his wife owned it jointly.
I know, right? Yeah, I think they might.
I think they own.
They own the
The
name.
oh no, it's the network.
Okay,
Oprah Winfrey
Who owns
Network.
the no? Who
network
owns
that
the Dr. Phil
hosts,
network?
That hosts or presents the right. Who is the network?
Owner of Dr. Phil.
Yeah, but we just said that we can't word it like that. I already did.
Okay.
Who is the owner? It would be Phil. It is Phil. He's the
Yeah, he's the owner of his show.
of his shit.
The name.
The name, like not the name. I don't know. I'm
Dr.
gonna get my
Phil's
phone.
show.
I'm so
totally.
lost. Who is
It's by the
the
computer.
network that Dr. Phil is run on? Dr.
Oprah
Phil,
Winfrey.
right, is...
I thought they had a huge falling out back in the day, though.
Who owns the network of Dr. Phil?
It says CBS.
Really?
Yeah.
Dr. Phil. Dr. Philip C. McGraw's show draws on his 25 years of experience in psychology,
Oh,
sociology,
it is on
observation.
OWN now. It says Dr. Phil is airing on OWN. Watch episodes Wednesdays at 8 a.m.
Oh, it was created by Oprah and hosted by Phil.
Wow,
But
okay.
yeah, his show goes way back though, but I believe they did have a falling
Debuted
out.
in September 16, 2002.
Yeah.
And Dr. Phil is produced by Patesky Productions in association with CBS Media Ventures, formerly known as CBS Television Distribution, which also distributes the show.
So nothing with Oprah at all then. Maybe it
No, okay.
changed hands.
Distribution.
I think it might have changed.
Distribution and production are two aspects of the show. That's the people holding the cameras and setting up the
Yes.
microphones
But
and
that
recording
own
the video
network?
and then shipping it.
Her own network thingy that
Yeah.
is its own channel.
Yeah. So I don't.
And it's not CBS, it's completely different.
There's a lot of information on this shit. I'm just gonna do the, what do they call it? The
Okay.
internet sphere.
That's funny.
Does
So,
Dr. Phil? Wait, what?
so Dr. Phil is, they're not even married.
And his
Who?
wife?
Yeah.
It's just for show. That's beautiful.
It says who is Dr. Phil's ex-wife, and it says Debbie Higgins. I looked to see who is Dr. Phil's wife, Debbie Higgins, and it said from 1970 to 1973. Check this shit out.
So he's probably
That's-
married for the show. To
So that's,
more
and then
professional.
you see that, right? Like they're both.
And that's under Wiki?
Does Oprah Winfrey
No, that's
own
under just
Dr.
my
Phil
regular
show?
Google search. Yep. Look at. See who is Dr. Phil's ex-wife, Debbie Higgins. Who is Dr. Phil's wife, Debbie Higgins.
Who is Dr. Phil's wife?
So he probably never had an ex-wife. I don't, you know what I mean?
No, he did because they were married from 1970 to 1973. I know, and I'm so lost. Maybe they co-parent. It's kind
But
of
he still refers to her as his wife Debbie on the show all the
I
time.
know.
Because he said it.
Yo! The Dr. O's. you
Dr.
know,
Oz.
Oz.
Yeah.
Can I see
He might be running for Senate.
where?
I don't know. That sounds crazy.
Senate
We're gonna have another
Where,
freaking
though?
Trump on the office.
or Arnold Schwarzenegger
Arnold.
because he's the one of
Arnold would have made it all the way to president if he was American. Dead ass.
Which
It's
is
Arnold.
Oprah thinking-
I come to protect your country. I'll be back. It's like, I can see they have an interview
Let's
questions.
check Wiki on Dr. Phil because I'm curious now.
Can I see you later?
Phil McGraw.
So, in order to not generate dead airspace, I'm gonna start
Oh,
coughing.
his wife is Robin Jameson.
Not.
1976 and it,
Oh, okay.
right here.
Oh, okay.
Does he say my wife Robin? I could have sworn he said
I
my
thought
wife
he did.
Debbie. Maybe I'm
I'm so
losing
con-
it.
So what's his wife's name really?
Robin
So he married two
Jameson?
Robins?
No, one Debbie and then
Oh,
one.
yeah. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
Robin.
it tastes like super Fitchburg water.
And this is weird because this says
No, it
married.
says-
It doesn't say divorced in 1973. It says, is that annulled maybe? ANN?
Annulled.
I don't know.
Or anniversary. No, I was thinking anniversary too, but anniversary only lasted 3 years.
You guys know
Right.
what doxing is?
No.
Doxing is basically the internet way to punch you in the face.
Interesting.
See, and on this it says, under her thing, it says that they never divorced.
So,
Marriage started in
doxing is when
1976.
you go on the internet and you have a decent following and you tell everyone that's following you all the information about someone that you're really mad at and you want to punch in the face. And then what ends up happening is your following, if you're angry at the person or whatever, they'll fucking put in all the work and start harassing them at work and shit.
Oh, you're talking
Doxing.
about what Kanye's doing to...
It's called doxing.
Yeah,
To Kim.
to Kim's boyfriend.
Yeah, it's
He's
basically...
telling people to yell at him on the street and stuff, being mad and mature.
Why?
Because she left him.
With kids.
She left him with the kids?
No.
No.
Oh,
She took the kids, obviously.
God. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know.
He's like...
I'm pretty sure the
He's
babysitter still
acting
got the
crazy,
kids.
though. Like, he's freaking, like, doing all this weird shit.
He's always
Hey,
been kind of weird.
it took me a year and a half to recover from my failed relationship with a family. And that's his only kids, no?
I would
Yeah.
think so.
You know what I'm saying? Those are his only kids. So it took me a year and a half to recover. And we already seen him go through a lot of stress before. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I expect him to act worse than this.
Right.
He should be over there spray painting the buildings. You know what I mean?
Doesn't he have his own religion and all that stuff, too? That
He practices in the church, but the church is only so strong to help you. You know
No,
what
but
I
I
mean?
thought he made his own church.
I hope not, because
I thought he
he's
has
fucking
he has-
Look
antichrist.
it up.
Hold on. He has his, what is it called?
This is what I say next to the computer.
Does
We're legit just spitting off the top of our domes right now, just searching. What's the truth? Find the truth today.
What,
That's
Join
what we're
in.
doing. This is what
exactly
the
is
podcast
Kanye's
is
West
about.
Sunday
Finding
service?
the truth.
We gotta practice not talking over each other.
I
Can
know.
we repeat that? You go first.
I totally forgot what I said.
This is what the podcast is about. Finding the
Oh.
truth. Can you
Finding-
repeat what you just said? I guess not. She's reading. So, in order to prevent dead air, hopefully my voice ain't quiet enough that no one can hear. I hope you like it. And if you do like it, please comment, because commenting will get individuals back in front of this microphone to communicate about more things for you guys.
Yes. We want to hear you guys.
So, if you do enjoy this, leave a comment below. Tell me who your favorite is. Tell me who's the dumbest at the table.
I'm Spunks.
Spunks, I'm Switch.
Earth. EA.
Earth.
EA.
EA. It's
Like
in
the game.
game.
Yes.
EA Sports. They're gonna sue me.
Excuse me? You know that first podcast you made? You made a reference to our company. and
Right, and we're
this
copyright.
represents us. So we want you to put it down because it's violating.
That's copyright infringement.
I was just about to say.
We own this now.
Oh, fuck that. I'll delete it real quick. E. Wait, what happened?
But they have sports in it, so technically.
I think EA Games, EA Sports. They have probably.
Yeah,
like 10
but it's
other
not
ones.
just EA and then nothing.
He's a religious leader. It was early in 2019 that Kanye West's church service first started. In this weekly event, Kanye treats attendees to gospel-filled music as well as delivering sermons. Yes, this is Kanye West's non-church church.
Yeah, basically. it's
So he
concept.
does have a church,
It's
but it's a
basically-
non-church. Okay.
Yeah, so it's what every rapper has ever talked about that they wanted to do, and Kanye
And he
did it.
did it.
Yeah, he's gangster.
This
I
is
can
the same
take that
person
off
that was
his
gonna
bucket
run
list.
for president too, right?
He did run for president. It's not that
Oh.
he's the same person
yeah.
that wanted
Was
to.
that
He
him?
ran for president. He deadass ran for president.
Who was the other one that ran for president?
These nuts.
I'm done.
No, for real, these nuts did run for president, but didn't make it out their state.
Hold on, let me see.
Did he even get any votes?
These nuts.
Tiger King. He went for senator, was it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Tiger King.
That's
Yeah.
the
King.
media.
I was hoping they would free him.
You really did?
Me too.
For real?
Yeah.
Give him his freaking
I feel
cat
like-
back,
I know,
right?
dude. He
I feel like if Trump did free him, he probably would have been reelected. I feel like that.
yeah,
might
you
happen.
know what? And they were probably afraid of that.
But if he freed them and then he goes and does something fucked up, like actually kill someone,
That lady
Trump would've been
harassed
over.
him and caused damage over there, dude. I
Huh?
watched a documentary series on frickin' Netflix, Tiger King.
What'd you say?
That lady that was harassing him that he went to jail for.
Oh my gosh, what's her
Was
name?
her name Karen?
Karen? No, Carol.
Baskin.
Yeah.
Baskin.
Yeah.
Yes, Carol Baskin. Carol Baskin. Oh my God, you heard that come out every
It was
other
like a
word.
love-hate relationship. If
Oh.
you threw them in a room together, they probably would have had hot passion. Give me my
Maybe that's what
nuts!
they need to do. Just get it
Yeah.
over with, like.
And then
scream
wasn't
at
there
each other.
something about somebody freaking went missing or some bullshit?
You heard he came out straight.
Her husband,
Yeah, that's the other weird thing. Her husband.
and she was never looked at as a suspect.
Exactly.
Yeah, and she inherited a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
She inherited everything.
Yeah.
Mind you, he was trying to leave.
Yeah.
That was the last thing.
But you gotta remember.
And they had a heated fight, and then boom, he disappears.
No. You gotta remember. The source of the information in which you just quoting came from one individual and one individual only. The fat guy that was representing him as his lawyer.
The lawyer's probably the one that had the divorce paperwork ready.
No, remember, they said that she
No, I think it
switched
was
lawyers and that lady got kicked out of the office. The lady
the
got
secretary
fired.
lady? Yeah.
So it was the secretary lady that made accusations that it was fishy, but never said anything crazy as in the husband was trying to leave. And the only person to say that the husband was trying to leave was the husband that the lawyer that said it was a representative of her husband.
Yeah, and he probably was a representative.
No, but all I'm saying is that's one person that said it. We don't
So-
even know if that nigga was an actor.
So
My
he
apologies.
also
I
got a
don't mean to bang out
hold.
the N-word.
He also pulled out her diary,
Yeah.
which stated an emotional background on what was going on to her, and like she wanted nothing more than a way out. And like he said, looks like she found her way out.
And she didn't
She
have,
found her
she came
way
from
up.
nothing too, right?
Yep.
Yep. He had all the money and everything.
Yep. He found her walking down a street and pulled over, and that was that. They started talking ever since.
Was she a prostitute?
No, she was crying.
It
She
doesn't
got in a
matter.
fight
Oh, okay.
with her
Rich
dad.
people do that. Rich people give any
And-
woman an opportunity just once and just fuck you. You fucked up.
Yeah, but he married her.
I know, because she
And
didn't
they
fuck
So he
up.
already
they
fucked
never
up if that
found
were the
his
He
case.
fucked up. She didn't fuck up.
She was like, yes, got it.
They
She's
never
like,
found
oh.
his body or nothing, huh?
Nothing.
Oh,
And
I
mind
guess-
you, the plane he was supposed to leave in
Yes,
never
never
left.
What
The
if
truck,
he was
he,
abducted by aliens?
Looks like
you know, that'd be very convenient for her, huh?
I know.
looks like SFR.
She
gonna
would've
have
What if she
Jail.
fed him to the tigers?
That's what they were thinking.
suspecting.
That's what Tiger King always said. He even wrote a song about it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. With an actress that looked just like her. Oh my gosh.
SRF is gonna have to do the missing case on her husband now.
Good
Bring
luck.
it up. Maybe that secretary will come out and talk. Do a freaking tips on the FBI
I feel
website.
if you're gonna do that and you really wanna bring
Carol
promotion, make sure you do all the other ones you've been wanting to do first, just in case people click on that for the memes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They'll also have the chance to see real cases that also can potentially be solved.
Yeah.
But it would be fucking hilarious.
He's a missing
But
person, though.
if you do it, don't.
He had kids,
don't,
didn't he?
Don't be
They do have
biased.
kids, I believe.
They have kids together. Or
I
he
thought
had them
so.
before her.
Or maybe, no, he did have kids.
Yeah. So
You're right,
they
yes.
probably want to know what happened to their father.
Oh, they
There
definitely
was
do.
3
They
of them
they
from
actually
the other
believe
marriage
Yes.
that had kids that
So
were
they
cut
must
from
out.
have
his ex-marriage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he has like 2 or 3 daughters. 2 daughters. I know definitely 2 daughters. The wife, but the ex-wife, she even said that she thinks Carol did it. Or she has something to do with it somehow.
Yeah, but that's an ex. So an ex will say a lot of shit.
No, he's talking about the child,
What up?
right? The daughter.
All of them.
Yeah.
They all believe that.
Yeah.
The mother, the children, or the daughters. Yeah. It's tough. I don't know.
So we can ramble on for hours, or we could call it and try to do this another day and see how we can market this.
That'd be cool.
Why? It's a live stream. It's going to be posted automatically into the
Yeah.
lives.
Oh, but if it's 5 hours, no one's gonna watch it.
They'll just watch it anyways. I just have it under discussions.
If you watched it up to this far, please comment
I
below.
don't even know if anybody watching it. I don't know how they can find podcasts.
No, you're not gonna find it. I'm talking about for reposting later.
Taking bits out, yo.
All right. Well, did you bring your external?
It says 3 playbacks.
I don't know what that means. We can figure that out later.
Average watch time 3 seconds.
Nice. Yo, So we gotta talk faster. We only got 3 seconds. Let's
3
time
seconds.
this.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
That's
Time's up.
it. Wow.
Come on, with it. We need to be talking like that guy.
Oh my gosh.
Don't forget now, we got all this crap coming with frickin' Russia bombing.
Scary.
So what's the Russia situation?
Russia, Ukraine. Well, we'll see Russia. See what we got for news right now. Russia invades Ukraine. That's the post for CNN. Latest Russia, Ukraine. Russia forces close in on death toll rises. It doesn't say anything about the United States intervening. I don't see anything.
So the
Biden
Ukraine is it? How can you pull up a map? How close is Ukraine to Syria?
I believe it's very close.
Isn't it the
Like the next one over.
Isn't it the border to Syria? Like there's
Let's see.
Ukraine is right before Syria from Russia. So them trying to take Ukraine would bring them closer to Syria, where the
oil's all really at?
not where the oil is all
No.
really at.
No.
Where one of the pipelines that they want to build for their future stability of their country.
Oh,
You
okay.
get what I'm saying?
I'm not big into news and all that, so don't mind me.
So
Yeah, I'm trying to find it on here. I can't really. Alright. Where is the map?
you can have some.
Where is Syria on the map?
Ukraine on a world map.
Showing pictures that match.
Excuse me. Did you know that Matthew McConaughey ran for governor of the Lone Star State in 2002 as a Democrat?
No, I did not know that.
Who?
Matthew McConaughey?
Wait, hold on. Yo, that's
I'll let you read this.
gangsta.
I'll let you.
So, the Ukraine is them entering Europe.
Is them entering Europe? Can you elaborate?
Okay, so I'm gonna pull up a map real quick to make sure that
Did you see him?
Mm-hmm.
Europe map.
Here
So-
are some pictures that match.
Thank you, Google. And here we go. This one's gonna be blurry. Let me see if I can find a high quality image real quick. Just do HD and see what the fuck happens. Alright, right there. That looks
Oh, you're gonna love this one. We were just talking about him.
Here we go.
Yeah, buddy.
So,
Yeah, they're all gonna jump on the bandwagon now.
Isn't that funny?
A lot of people love him too.
oh, this is an old map.
They do. I think he'd have a good chance.
Yeah.
What it looks like, right there. There we go. So there's the Ukraine.
Yeah.
There's Germany.
Yeah.
There's Poland.
Yeah.
And Slovakia, and then Romania, and the Ukraine is on the border of Romania,
So is Syria.
Slovakia, whatever that
Where
is,
is the?
Syria.
and Germany's right there.
Yeah.
But where's Syria?
Syria is down in the Middle East, going south.
Okay. So I guess it's not arid, huh?
But
Syria's near Iran and
but
everything?
you see the Black Sea.
That's what I thought.
You see the Black Sea. You see the Black Sea.
Yeah.
They want to do a pipeline down under the Black Sea. And remember the whole controversy that Biden was going to let them, and Biden ain't doing shit about it?
Yep.
That was to instigate a war, because they're going to build that pipeline no matter what. And
Yes,
they're willing to go to
Syria.
war for it.
So it
And
looks
that pipeline's gonna go to Asia.
It's gonna. I believe it's going directly. I believe it's going down. Wait, no, down here
here
to
Asia.
Turkey, or somewhere on the other side. I don't know exactly, but I
So
know
it's right under Turkey, next to Iran.
Here we go.
And above
This map is
Jordan.
better. So, I believe that's the
Syria.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah. So, oops. So right here, there's the Ukraine. Oh, fucking A. Give me a second. Right there. So
Yeah,
right
look
there's
at
the
that.
Ukraine.
And then Turkey. And
That's
right
the
below
Black
Turkey
Sea,
is
and then
fucking
Syria.
Is
It's
Syria.
right under Turkey.
And it's next to Iraq.
And they were talking about building it underwater, and that looks like what they probably want to build is right there on that section right here.
And it will connect.
And then I believe that part is considered Ukraine. Georgia? No, that's George.
Jordan.
Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why they didn't
right
just go to
above
war
it.
with Jordan.
Well, Jerusalem's right there. So that's kind of more of on the
Jerusalem is
Is
way,
part of Jordan.
It's a part of Syria, no?
No. Jerusalem's part of
Israel.
Israel, yeah.
Yeah, that's all the way down here. That's after Syria.
No, I know.
And Jordan is up there.
No.
And that's connected to...
Jordan, look at what I'm seeing anyway. Look, Jordan's right here. Jordan's right there. Iraq's right here. And Turkey's up there.
Yeah, and above Turkey is Syria.
Yeah,
And
look at
No,
that.
this
though.
is Syria. This is what I
So
put
they're
in.
gonna have
No,
all
it's
that connected though.
Jerusalem.
Look at this.
No, this
Oh.
is Syria.
Look at here. On the other side of Turkey, right here, you have frickin' Iraq.
Yes.
And then Iran.
Yeah, and then Georgia, whatever.
Oh, Georgia or whatever.
Yeah.
Is Jordan part of Syria? Relations
Georgia.
between
No,
neighbors,
he's
Jordan,
getting. It's
Syria.
not Jordan with the J. It's the Georgia or whatever. It's not.
Geo, whatever. GEO.
That's not good then. In Saudi Arabia,
Yeah.
that's where all the frickin' oil is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought.
Yeah, in the Middle East. That's the sellable oil.
So trust me, there's intent behind it, for sure.
Yeah.
Nothing has to do with oil.
Does the Bible say anything about oil?
No,
I don't know about oil.
it does talk about the black horse.
There's black, blue, pale blue.
Black,
Pale
white,
green.
red, and gray. I believe. It was pale.
It's like pale green. It's like
Pale,
white, pale
dark.
green, and then like
It was
a
dark
blue.
as night, pale as the dead.
Oh God, I forget now. Look at that.
So what do you think's gonna happen from this right now with Biden?
Well, Russia, Biden ain't gonna do shit.
And if Trump was in office, you think
Trump wouldn't do shit.
he wouldn't?
Trump would have fucking try to make peace with the fucking Ukrainians before this shit happened. You know what I mean? Be like, yo, I'll give you like $50. Come on, man. $50 and a hooker.
Here, I'll send you all these weapons and you can protect yourself.
Exactly. That way you don't have to worry about Russia. Here, have some fucking tanks. You like the $40 in a cracker barrel? Yes. Imagine if that's all you need to do to create peace for the world.
That just reminded me of our conversation in the car earlier.
Yeah.
That's why I started laughing.
Yeah, we had a pretty interesting conversation.
That was great.
Yes, it's not just one guy right now.
The random topics we get on.
Did you know that the girl from Two Girls, One Cup has a podcast?
I
No,
did
I
not.
did not know.
Yeah, she's pretty fucking prolific.
What is it? 2 girls, 1 mic?
Yeah. Deadass. Deadass.
How cliche.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's actually 3 girls that talk that all are in the porn industry.
Oh wow. So probably talking about.
They talk about everything,
They
like
got
raising
OnlyFans too?
children and everything.
Oh.
Because they got kids.
Oh,
At least she
boy.
does.
That
Yeah.
must be an interesting.
Yeah, she
Yes.
talks about it on her podcast. Shout out to that podcast. Might have got the name wrong, but two girls, one mic. Check it out.
Famous for 2 girls, 1
Hosted by
cup.
the 2 girls in 1 cup.
Thank you.
That's wicked funny.
So, we just transitioned. Just to recap on everything we talked about for that guy who only has 3 seconds to give us.
Yeah, the recap. What did we start with? Pronouns? Dr.
Yes.
Phil?
Dr. Phil pronouns.
Dr.
to-
Phil's wife.
To transitioning to the educational field, to how it affects parents, to topics for children, whether teachers are allowed to teach it or not.
Opinions on that.
Yeah, opinions on that, and then we move from there left field onto Dr. Phil,
Yeah.
Oprah, right?
Oh, yeah. And then to see if Dr. Phil's married or not.
And then we
Still
started
don't
doxing Dr. Phil, and then I said, "Do you guys know what doxing is?" And then after that, we moved to Ukraine. No,
know.
before
No,
Ukraine.
who else? Dr. Oz?
Dr. Oz running for Senate.
Tiger King.
Tiger King.
Yeah. Carol Baskin.
Yeah.
Your channel.
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
Yeah.
Your secondary channel. CFR.
Third channel.
Oh, third channel. What is it called?
SFR.
SFR.
The Missing Files.
The Missing Files. SFR. The Missing Files. Then Ukraine, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because we're talking about missing people now. Yeah, and then from Ukraine we went to Two Girls One Cup.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now we're ending it off.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good podcast. What do you think?
A good first time for me, anyway.
We can always reload for later and start a new one.
Yeah, when Angel gets here.
Fuck it. No, cause you gotta. I gotta.
No, I don't have to now.
Why?
My brother fed the cat. He had to go upstairs.
End the stream. And we should definitely review that before we do another one so we can make it better. Because I'm pretty sure the audio quality is wishy-washy. End podcast, top right corner.